How can we create content constantly, forever and ever? Yes, it's a common question that people ask me, and of course those that know me know how difficult it is to stop me talking about things, because I've got a lot to say. But considering that I do a daily podcast day after day and on the various things of marketing, I don't think I'm ever going to run out of things to say. I expect to do this daily, weekdays, forever and ever, until I drop dead. Possibly a couple of years before that. But there are sources galore. Now, in your head you're thinking, but we have to blog, we have to produce content, we have to produce newsletters. Once I've talked about all my products, once I've talked about my service over and over, I'm going to run out. Whatever else? What can I say? What more? Where's it going to come from? I'm not going to invent new services just to have something to talk about. But you're thinking of it all wrong, if that's your opinion. What you're doing is you're thinking of what you have tucked away inside your head, and you're thinking it's limited and it's going to run out. But you are not the only source of your content. I'm going to give you lists. You may have to jot these down, but of course you'll see it in the show notes. But think of ways of creating content. Don't just have to be written. You've got video, you've got podcasts, but think of this. Interviews. Now, who are you going to interview? You have staff. You have suppliers. You have customers. You have potential customers. You have past customers. You have friends in the trade. You have industry experts. All of those people can be interviewed. What type of information can you get from them in an interview? You could get a day in the life. Say you've got we have service engineers, maintenance engineers. Some people would be very interested to find out what they do all day. They pop in to their store and they may be in there for 30 minutes. But what do they do the rest of the day? Explain what's involved. There's behind the scenes. You're, for instance, you're an e-commerce store, you pack the goodies. People like to know, how do you get all that out of the door? How many orders, how fast is it? How many people are packing? How are they packing? Where does it go? Is it coming along a conveyor belt, Amazon style, or are you running around? And how does it work? People want to know you're real. How about suppliers? What about a day in the life of them? How do they get it out? And don't forget, you're thinking, but they won't. But if you're talking about your supplier, you are also promoting your supplier for them. I'm assuming that they're going to want the free marketing too. Now, if you do a full feature about, say your supplier is Joe Bloggs and Company, fire extinguisher manufacturer or something like that, you can do a full feature about them. How about a history of them? Have they been going a long time? They may have a pretty poor website. Interview them, get the full history, write it all down. When people look up that supplier, quite often your article is going to pop up high in Google. They're going to look, they're going to read it on yours, and they're going to think, you're one of their top suppliers. Case studies. Fantastic case studies of customers. Nothing more convincing than talking about your customers, about how they got a benefit from using your product, using your service. You can do it in interviews. You can do it in written form. If you cannot do it yourself, you can outsource this. Go to Freelancer, go to Elance, go to your local university, talk to journalism students. Those journalism students need to earn a few more dollars to buy their beers in the evening. They'd rather do that than stocking shelves in Tesco's or Walmart. They much prefer doing something related to their training. Think about that. What about how your product and service works? McDonald's, famously in Canada, I think it was, people asked, how do you make the photos on the pictures on the menus? We don't get them looking like that. How do you make those? So what they did, they produced a video where some senior lady in McDonald's actually went to a store, camera behind, ordered one, got the whole thing, jumped out into a car, rushed to their photographer who was already set up, and they showed how they make that very burger, which they showed was a real like you get in real life, and converted it into a photo. Fascinating. A lot of views on YouTube. So there are no excuses. There is content will last forever and ever. There's always going to be something. You can curate other people's content. You can comment on other people's content and give your opinion on it. How do so many newspapers talk about one single story? Somebody must have been first, but the others aren't copying them, are they? There you go. It's never going to run out. Okay, today we want to talk about friendly follow. Well, and I want to talk about more relevant businesses, people you can emulate. So this one is for K2K stars, and it's K2K stars. It's for a little studio in the UK. I think it's southeast London based, and they do dance and they performing arts, things like that for kids. But one of the reasons their Twitter profile does so well is they're so engaged. Now you can imagine this is not the photos, the images, the videos. They're real, they're genuine, and kids are finding themselves. They're improving their lives. This is not some glam show. This is not sort of TV. This is not Britain's Got Talent type of stuff. This is real. So you've got friends, you've got family. They want to see. You've got other people who want to know how it works are going to come along, but they love it. So look at the retweets, look at the shares, and look at the way they do it. If you've got a business similar to that, you're going to learn a lot from K2K stars. So go look up their Twitter following. Another one I like, of course, are our sponsors, Rainmaker. Rainmaker sponsor this podcast. If you want a fabulous website and you want life easy and you want to develop a marketing system, Rainmaker includes all of the teaching just the same as we teach it, marketing for owners. It's worthwhile. See you soon.